Woo! I am here. And you see my little friend, my little Bookie right here. Say hello, Pecan. Pecan in the building. They say we look alike. Cute. My Pookie is in the building. So when you guys start coming in, let me know if you can hear me. This is for y'all. Like, it's my birthday, right? But well, my birthday's tomorrow, the Thursday, the 22nd. So she's gonna have to get down because I can't deal. But as you're coming in, just let me know if you can hear me good. You guys can start firing off some questions. Make sure you just announce yourself. Announce yourself when you come in. And like I'm a giver, so I'm like giving away game. You know what I'm saying? Giving away game for my birthday week. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Leo gang. You know what I'm saying? Leo gang. Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. I kind of did something something similar to this last year. I did like a little giveaway for my course. And I don't know, I just be feeling like I want to help people out on my birthday. So it's just this is something I do. I don't know. Like I'm spoiled, but I still be wanting, to help people out on my birthday. So it's Leo gang all day. You better understand. And thank you, Drew Baby TV. Thank you, Derek Keys. I appreciate y'all. Yes, birthday edition, right? But I'm still wanting you guys to ask your questions. So fire off your questions. This is for you guys because I get a lot of DMs. I get a lot of comments under, my YouTube, the YouTube comments or whatever. And if y'all see me, the ones that came in late, I have my dog with me. So if I keep looking around, it's not a ghost. It's my dog because she is just doing everything. So but yeah, so this is kind of for y'all. I want you to ask the questions. So yeah, let's see. Is it Rashida McClendon, new to GovCon? I want to start local, but definitely want your course. Okay, well, where you at? Like, we got payment plans for the course. It goes through a firm and all that stuff. So it's Sheenapreneur.com, and you'll see how to do the payment plans. Like once you go to buy now, then you can see if you qualify for a payment plan or whatever, if you need that, you know what I'm saying? So thank you, Aaron is it Kagler? And thank you, favorite Rini. I be messing up y'all's names, so please forgive me, okay? Thank you, Rashida. Okay, Leo gang, you know what I'm saying? Brunette, like they don't know. I just made it too. Like I split in the home base. This is the last day for Leo. If y'all are into all of that, tomorrow is the cusp. So I just made Leo and I'm Leo strong, you know what I'm saying? But this is for y'all. So I want y'all to ask your questions or I'm gonna start talking about stuff that I want to talk about. Oh, thank you, Unetta. I appreciate it. Okay, Navy, y'all all right? Y'all all right with me? And is it Najini? Thank you so much. So let me go back to Rashida's statement about local. So here recently I started talking a lot more about local because a lot of people are getting into government contracting, and regardless of how you got into government contracting or how you heard about it, it's really important to still know what you're doing because it can be quite intimidating, and it can also be a little, no, I don't want to say dangerous because you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna fight anybody, hopefully, but it could be a challenge if you're getting into government contracting and you don't really know what you're doing. Especially, I always say, start with what you know, start with what you already do, or start with something that you can get someone to do easily. Like, let's say your family member or you have a really good friend that does construction or whatever the case may be, sells uniforms, then you can get into that maybe a little easier. So I would say, start there. And the thing about local contracting is that you can use the paperwork to help you figure out what you need, because there's going to be certain industries where where you are not going to really know what you need, like as far as paperwork, as far as insurances, as far as whatever. Um, and that's gonna equal, that's gonna make you not really do the right thing when it comes to federal, because federal doesn't always state exactly what you need, but local, usually they need you to provide proof or something that you're going to be willing and able to, do the to get the qualifications before you even bid on the contract. So, and don't y'all forget the super chat, okay? It's my birthday tomorrow. Don't play with me. And if you feel like I'm providing valuable information, go ahead and hit up that super chat. Go ahead and do that super chat. So that's my little PSA. But like local contracting, it will definitely have the documentation, like the forms in there. Like even if it's a 100-page document, or if it's a 20-page document, a 10-page document, or excuse me, a proposal solicitation, it's going to usually have, on the local side, it's usually going to have just documents that you have to complete. Now you may need some sort of cover letter or resume or something like that. But it's still going to give you a lot more, generally speaking, than what the federal side is going to give you, because federal, oftentimes it's going to be a proposal that you're going to have to write. All right, now we're getting them in. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's what I'm saying. All right, look, I'm just interrupting my whole thought. Happy birthday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to answer that, Simple Valet, but I got to highlight Derek Keys. Thank you. This is the first super chat for my birthday, y'all. First super chat. I truly, truly appreciate it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I try to give y'all free game all the time. I give you free game on Instagram. I give you free game on YouTube, on LinkedIn. And I do it literally out of the kindness of my heart. There's a lot of people that give information out here, and they're doing it because they want to see people win in government contracting. That's the truth. Now, I know there are some people that have other agendas, but I used to do this for free for years until it got to a point where I couldn't do it for free anymore. I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning answering phone calls. Like, I would give people my number, say, hey, just call me at 6 a.m. just so I could answer their questions. And we would talk for longer than an hour. Like, I was that. Like, I really was trying to, again, I'm looking at my dog. I was really trying to help people into government contracting, because I'm like, listen, it is not as hard as a lot of you all are thinking. And I just want to like share the gospel. So, something as, sweet as giving me a super chat for the information that I provide means a lot to me. Like, it really, really means a lot, because I really be out here working. Like, I do this in real life. I have a facility maintenance company, for those who don't know, and I really am out here doing this in real life, like just like all of you guys are. I have bad days, good days. I have stressful days. One of my students said character building days. And I'm trying to use that and not be like in a negative light with certain things. But being a business owner is hard. And when you're trying to share information with people, I got people nasty to me sometimes, rude to me, just, so a super chat is like, wow, okay, Sheena, I find what you're saying valuable. So I really appreciate it. So yeah, okay. Derek Keys, he's like, if you don't answer my question, my bad, Derek. Okay. Do we still have time to win a contract? When you say time to win a contract, please explain what you mean. I also want to do local and state. Are you familiar with DLA? So I did a video about DLA with Day. His last name is Cavant or something. But he has a course about DLA and DIBS that, and I know a few people that watched the video and took his course. They said it was excellent. So as far as DLA goes, I never actually bid on anything in DLA. It's mostly products. But I haven't like personally really done DLA. I registered and got the little postcard. There's a couple of tricks to it, and it is an extra few steps. If that's something that you want to do, then go ahead and do it. But watch the video I did with Day. And I think it's called Sell Anything to the Government. So, do that. And then, you can find out if you really want to do DLA. So you want to do state and local. So, state and local is the same thing. It's state, county, city, school system, university system. That's all considered local contracting. Even you can do local contracting even if it's not local to the state that you live in or you have your business in. Like you can do local, if you live in Atlanta, you could do local contracting in California. It won't be, a federal contract where you're working with the federal government. So when you say still have time to win a contract, are you talking about because it's near the end of the fiscal year? So explain to me what you mean by that. And again, I really, really appreciate you, dropping a little super chat because I'll be doing my best out here. I do my best, but this time is for you guys because this helps me sharpen the tools in my toolbox, to make sure I have the latest and greatest information because sometimes people bring stuff to me that I don't know. In Atlanta, here in Georgia, I'll say all certifications are free. Like the local certification, well, federal certifications are free, period. Most of the local certifications are free. In Georgia, they're all free. But, some people have told me in other states that the local certifications are not free. So you guys are helping me out because there'll be no way for me to know every single state and every city and whether or not it's, they're free certifications. That's a lot to ask one person. So based on your location, you have to know, if your city or your county charges. Now I want to see, I think there was a couple of cities or something in Texas where they charge for, like, the state or the city charge for certifications, but I don't know. I can't remember which ones they were, and I want to see it because I'm not sure if that's the case. I'm not 100% sure. So I want to see where it's saying specifically that you have to pay for a certification. Now I know some portals you have to pay for. You have to pay for the actual portal where you register sometimes, but then there's ways around that too that I have found. But you don't know until you get into these individual portals. So thank you. Is it Karen? Kieran? I'm gonna say Kieran because I'm not sure. And let's see. Yep. I appreciate you, Derek. Thank you, Michelle. All right. Because the end of the fiscal year. So let me come back to that. Thank you, Yvette. Oh, thank you, my baby girl. My baby. Thank you so much. My daughter's also a YouTuber, Naya Shamir. She does vlogging, and this is my baby girl. So, and she's gonna be going off to the Army soon. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Just like I said, like I really, really try to bring you guys a lot of information that you ask. So ask questions. It's Karen, it's Kyron, like Byron. Okay, Kyron. Got you. So let me go back to, thank you again, baby girl. Go back to this end of the fiscal year. So the question, let me go back to Derek asking, do we still have time to win a contract? So that's actually a really good question. And I'm going to answer it like, yes. So the answer is yes. You can submit for a contract at any time, right? So the things to be mindful for at the end of the fiscal year, if you're going after federal, okay? If you're going after federal, then you have to understand the way the fiscal year works. And the fiscal year is from, Lord, I feel like I'm forgetting my script. Okay, so the fiscal year is 1 October, or October 1st through September 30th. Okay, that's the federal fiscal year. For most states, the fiscal year is July to June, and a lot of people don't know that. So, that's something to keep in mind too when you go into local contracting, that when their systems shut down and all that kind of stuff, but that's more of a, topic for another, like an extensive conversation about local. But if you're talking about federal exclusively, since this is the fourth quarter of the federal fiscal year, you'll hear a lot of people saying, because we have essentially a month, because August is almost over. After my birthday, August is over. I'm just saying. But you'll have a lot of people say it's the end of the fiscal year. This is where you need to do all your bidding and all your, trying to figure out what you should do with the federal government. And so that is partially true, but just know there's still opportunities that come out throughout the whole year, even during the fourth quarter, during the first quarter, which would be October through December 31st. That's still, proposals still come out, solicitations still come out. So let's talk about the end of the fiscal year, which is right now. So the end of the fiscal year right now, there are a lot of agencies who are really looking to spend their money. As a former, service member in a key position, and as a GSA employee, right? GSA. Whoo, it's been a long day, y'all. A GS employee, we've had budgets where we had to spend all of our money before the end of the fiscal year, or we're gonna use it. If you ever heard use it or lose it. So we might even, there's been times where in my shop we had $1 million to spend in 2 weeks, which is crazy. And there's a lot of things to, like, we didn't even know what to buy because it was just like, what do we need? What do we need? And you have to like vet some of these things. Like, do we need 10,000 computers? Like, I don't know what that equals when it comes to trying to spend money really, really fast. So, the end of the fiscal year, a lot of agencies are looking to spend up their money, but then also please know the agencies that have been responsible, they have spent all of their money. So some agencies are going to be dry. They're going to be dry right now. They're not going to have any money until the beginning of the fiscal year. So that comes with knowing, getting to know your agency, getting to know the small business liaison, they call like SBLOs or whatever, with each agency that you choose to work with. So y'all just drop in the chat what federal agencies you're looking to go after, or what local agencies you guys have been going after. Have you done your research on these agencies to see how they spend? Like USA Spending is a very good tool. FPDS is a very good tool. It's like, how do I use FPDS? Get in there and figure it out. Like, you guys gonna have to really start doing some of your own research when it comes to government contracting, because there's so many ways to map this thing out. There's so many ways to approach it. So FPDS and USA Spending is going to tell you a lot about how an agency spends. Now, if you're in an industry where they usually, are like, they spend all the time. They spend all the time on what you provide, right? Then it may not be that hard to choose an agency that spends a lot of money on it, But there are some agencies that choose to do stuff in house. I'm sorry, my dog. Peeking. Get down. They're gonna choose to, do stuff in house. So you have to know, like, does this agency buy what I sell? And that is really that is for you to figure out. You as a contractor, you are the expert. You are the person providing the service. That's for no one else to figure out but you. So go to those websites and look up the different agencies and put in, there's going to be a graph there. There's going to be, who they spend the most money with. Like in the billions, these agencies are spending money. So not to derail from the question too much, but some agencies are spending more money on tech, and maybe they haven't found the solution that they need, but they're holding on to that last $100 million for that tech solution. And then you're like, well, I'm the tech solution. I have a product, or I have the service, or I have the answer. And so you're, an unsolicited proposal, you're building a relationship, even if you just found out about it today, right? You just found out that the USDA is looking for a new tech solution, and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't even have time to put together a proposal before September 30th. I got other things going on, right? Then it's like, cool, wait until next year. Maybe that same opportunity will come up, or you can find another agency, or you got to just put in the work to give an unsolicited proposal, or try to meet with some of these agency decision makers. So it's really about what agency, and you won't always know if they have the money. They're not usually going to say, guess what? We only have $100 million. We only have $1 million left, so we can't spend money with you. Now, some might, depending. There's loose lips out there, but you can't rely on that, because you have to do your own research. You're supposed to do this ahead of time before the end of the fiscal year. I got to put my banner up because y'all not respecting the fact that I'm trying to, like, give y'all some game, and it's like my birthday tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pause right here. Keep them questions coming, because I'm seeing them coming, trickle in a little bit. Keep the questions coming in. Keep the super chats coming in, if you so please. That would be great. Don't forget, okay? And so with the end of the fiscal year, it could be a hit or miss. It could be a lot of money left over or no money left over. You know what I'm saying? So you want to just make sure you're doing your research on that agency and doing your research on what they buy, what they hold the most valuable. You know, don't forget the super chats. I'm surprised y'all on. There's a lot of y'all on here. I love it. I love that y'all want to learn more about government contracting. And let me know what struggles you guys are having. You know, like what issues do you feel are why you can't get to the next thing in government contracting? You know what I mean? So again, thank you to my baby for the super chat. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you. Kelvin, thank you so much. I'm gonna take this dog and we're gonna fight. PK, come here. Thank you, Kelvin. So, okay, is it Najini said, where do I start or what entity do I reach out to for local contracts? So when you say where do I start, I'm guessing you mean in order for local contracts specifically. So start with your own state where you live or your home base, because some people like they have a traveling job, so maybe they're in a different state than where they actually want to conduct business. So whatever state you want to conduct business, I would always say start where you are, and you would look up whatever that state is procurement. Start at the state, the highest before instead of federal, but at the state level, that's the highest on the local level. So doing business with the state of Texas, doing business with the state of Georgia, doing business with the state of Alaska, right? And you can drill down, like let's just say if you do live in Texas, but you live in, El Paso, which is away from every other part of Texas. You're like, I don't want to have anywhere in Texas. Then you would doing business with the city of Austin, doing business with the city of Dallas or something like that, or procurement, Dallas procurement, city of Dallas procurement, city of Compton procurement, something like that. So when you do that, the agency tells you exactly how to do business with them. Like they literally said, register here, sign up here, fill out this document, go in this portal, register, blah, 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 blah. They're going to tell you exactly what to do. Now, most of them are going to be around the same type of, registration process, but not all of them are exactly the same. So I wouldn't know what the state of Alaska is going to require. And like I said earlier, like they may require you to pay if it's for a certain type of portal that they're using, but not always. Okay. So thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. Recreate Designs, always a supporter. Thank you. Naturally E, happy birthday to our favorite veteran. See, like me and this dog are gonna fight. Pecan. Okay, look, now you gotta show the people how bad you are because you acting really, really crazy. What is even on your face? Like, I don't even know what you got going on. She got a whole rope. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. What is this? What is even that? Okay. Anyways, so baby veteran, thank you. Sorry, y'all. This is like having another child for real. And hello, lead like a CEO show. Hello. Thank you. Is it Kalia? Kalia. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Jen said how. I don't know what you mean. And Najini said she's in PA. Okay, I actually have a contract in Philly. So what up? What up, Philly crew? So I do have a contract in Philly. That's actually a corporate contract, so it's not exactly the same. So let me know again what y'all's like struggles are, because I want to be able to answer you guys' questions. And look, you guys come in my DMs and ask a lot of questions, and I'm giving you like live answers right now. So like, I want to know. And thank you, Free Space, Junk Remover. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna pull up my own questions since y'all are nervous or something. Y'all scared. And there's a lot of y'all on this call. So let's see. Kelvin said looks like a really cute living pillow. Isn't she the cutest? It just misbehaves, yo. Just misbehaves. Some people ask me, like, should they use AI? Should they use AI to do contracts, right? So that's a great question, because it's like yes and no. When I first started, there was no AI. There was no AI like that to where we were using in Chat GPT and all that kind of stuff like we are now. So I'm hearing that some contracting officers and contracting specialists are seeing that you're not even changing the verbiage. So if you use AI, you can like change it up, like you create the voice that sounds more like you or more like a professional instead of like some of them are kind of corny the way that they spit out the AI, and it will sound like, unlock your greatest achievement. It just doesn't sound natural. So you want to have it sound professional or sound more like your voice. And so the Chat GPT and Gemini and all the other AI softwares or platforms are there to guide you. You're not supposed to copy and paste. You're not supposed to just take the exact words and then put it in the proposal. And again, if you're doing local or something like that, then you may not even need to write a proposal. So don't get stuck on the proposal side because you may not need to write a proposal. I didn't have to write a proposal for a long time. I started off local, really. I was looking at federal stuff too, but I guess now hindsight, they were more RFQs, which are requests for quote. And, you don't really need to write a proposal. You just need to fill in the blanks, fill in the documents, that kind of stuff, right? So Derek Key said, how much is the course? Go to the site. Again, I got payment plans. Go to the site, Sheenapreneur.com, and you will see the course. Okay, you will see the course and how much it is. You must be hot because you're over here panting. Okay, so Natural E said, it'll be helpful to learn more about service contracts, change management. A lot of the info provided are around products or services, janitorial, any suggestions. So are you saying that there's no information or there are provided around products or services, or they're not? It'd be helpful to learn more about service contracts. I'm not sure if I understand your question because it looks like you said a lot of info provided are around products or services. So I'm trying to understand what you mean. So let me come back to that. Kelvin, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying to answer y'all's questions. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, so you're gonna have to help me understand because I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Kelvin. I really, 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 really appreciate that. And Nagini is saying I'm interested in subcontracting. So I would say if there was any not regret, but any change I would make in my government contracting journey, it would be that I should have at least tried to subcontract first. Like I could have did both. Like I could have did both of the I could have done prime and sub, but I didn't really want to do sub because I'm like, I hold all the cards. I am, a Black female veteran. I'm not going to let someone else control my money. I want my money from the government and I want it now, not worrying about whether a company is going to pay me or not. So that's what I was kind of not wanting to do, but I should have done at least try to do some subcontracting and building those relationships, because a lot of local governments, they require larger companies to they require the companies to use minority or local businesses or women-owned business or veteran businesses to complete the work. So those companies that have to use a diverse company or a local small business, those companies will come looking for you because they need to fulfill that percentage for that whatever contract they're awarded. And it could be anywhere from like 10% to, I think the most I see maybe 40% of a contract. Like a lot of airports do that. So, you having a local certification and then just and then still bidding on your prime stuff, doing your prime stuff, then you can get a subcontract easily by a larger company. It doesn't even have to be a large company, like let's say a Boeing or an AT&T or a huge corporation. It could be by a larger small business. They might make 15 million a year, but they're still considered a small business based on the NAICS code. So you can do subcontracting under them, and it's like easy peasy. Like, well, hopefully easy peasy. Always make sure you have your documentation straight. So thank you so much. Is it Stevie Wonder? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate y'all. I'm trying. And I'm really, wanting to ensure that I am delivering value every time I put out a video. I try not to be too redundant. But, there's only so much you can say about government contracting without sounding redundant, but I really try to ensure that I'm bringing you guys value. So those who follow me for a while, I really, really appreciate you sticking with me and asking questions, because it really, really helps, right? So Stevie Wonder said, active duty Army in the house. Woo woo, whore, okay? Army in the building, okay? If you Army, go ahead and drop your branch. Drop your branch. You motivated me to start. Okay, company established, but I'm struggling to get in good with the local manufacturers and companies that provide services. Now, when you say manufacturers, are you talking about products or are you talking about services? Because, of course, shouldn't be any manufacturers associated with that. But struggling to get in good with local manufacturers and companies that provide services. So I'm guessing you're talking about both services and products. Now, with that being said, are you reaching this for Stevie Wonder? I appreciate you again. So are you reaching out to these companies and these manufacturers when you have a bid that you want to go after, or are you reaching out to them ahead of time? And he said, yes, products. Okay. So what's the struggle? Is it because they're being rude? Okay. He says both. He said, yes, both. So what is the struggle? Are they being rude? Are they not responding in time? Are they not giving you what you need? What is the actual problem? Like, what is the thing? Because there's different struggles in this, right? With manufacturers, what I hear mostly is that they're either going to go after the opportunity themselves, but that's on services and products, right? They are not getting you a quote back in time. That's on services and products. So if it's that, then I always suggest trying to build a relationship first. And that goes back to choosing a specific industry, or at least a few industries, right? So with me being in facility management, it's really a series of opportunities. I could be doing HVAC, I could do litter pickup, I could do janitorial, I can do painting, I can do flooring, pressure washing. So it really is a lot of different, but it still falls under facilities. So a lot of my contractors do multiple things. So it goes back to choosing and ensuring that you have an industry that you work in regularly, so you're not constantly having to go out and meet new, get married again. You know what I'm saying? Meeting new vendors all the time. Like it makes it very, very challenging to scale your business when you're constantly having to reinvent the wheel over and over and over, when you can just have a couple of services or a couple of products that you offer, and then you could just utilize those same manufacturers and or subcontractors or service providers. So let me see. So sometimes no response. Sometimes I'm looking at my other computer, y'all. Sometimes no response. Sometimes they are the competition. So that's what you run into when you don't build the relationships first. So I know some people will tell you to just go after something and just see if it sticks. That's the problem that you run into. But if you're saying, you know what, Sheena, I'm dead set on providing uniforms, that's my thing, then you can, before you even see a uniform contract or solicitation, then you can start getting in good with uniform manufacturers or distributors or whatever, right? And so now you have the relationship with them, and then you don't have to worry about trying to get a quote in the ninth hour of that solicitation being due. And then as you go along and you're building up your company, then you can have a series of pricing, and you won't even need their pricing. So this is what I did. Pricing killed me the first 2 years of my company because I didn't know the pricing, and it was very stressful. So you guys are putting the fate of your company, your government contracting journey, trying to get to the money, trying to get 6 and 7 figures in the hands of somebody who can give a damn about your business. So build that relationship first, like whether it's a phone call and just saying to them, hey, my name is Sheena Parker. I have a facility management company, And right now I am struggling to find HVAC companies that are reliable and licensed. I do government contracting, and I would love to be able to partner with you on future projects. That's simple. And you're not like saying, hey, I need you to give me a quote by this day. Who are you? Who are you? Because if anybody reached out to me and say, hey, actually people have reached out to me and say, I have a quote that's due in 2 days. Can you help me? Why? Why should I help you? Who are you? Who are you? And they may be losing out on money because they don't do government contracting, and you're presenting them a deal, but you're reaching out to somebody out the blue, and they may or may not be willing to communicate with you at that time. So build that relationship first. And this is not just to you, Stevie Wonder. This is for everybody. For everybody. Okay. So Derek Bigman, look, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there tonight for my B-Day. You know what I'm saying? So Kelvin said, I think I've been watching her meaning me. I'm guessing that's what you mean. For over a year, haven't started anything yet. No, you're not terrible, because there's people that have reached out to me when I first like got on like social media about government contracting in 2020, and they're saying I haven't started yet. That's cool. Everybody's journey is different. And when you're ready, I'll be here. Well, I might not. I might be in Jamaica. I don't know. I'm about to leave y'all in the US. I haven't figured out where I'm going. Jamaica, Costa Rica, something. I'm about to leave y'all because it's crazy out here. But it's okay if you haven't started yet, and then you just have to find out what that internal struggle is of why you can't start. I had a consultation with a young lady earlier, and she said that, like, she was explaining exactly how to do everything. She was just overthinking. It was literally overthinking, because everything she was explaining was exactly what you're supposed to do. But when she was reading the solicitation, she said she just got overwhelmed. It wasn't like she didn't understand the words. It wasn't like it didn't make sense. It was just a lot to read. And she was afraid of what was to come on the next page, essentially. So it's up to you. It's your journey. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who, like, I went to real estate appraisal school, believe it or not. That's crazy. It's crazy. I totally forgot about it until recently. Somebody asked me about real estate. I was like, I forgot I did that. But like, I was asking people about real estate appraisal. I was, trying to do all that. And then I just didn't do it because I'm like, it wasn't for me. I'm not saying government contracting is not for you, but it may just not be your time. And when it's your time, you're like, you know what? I couldn't do it at that time because I had other stuff to focus on. And it's okay, because I'm pretty sure it's still going to be here no matter what. Okay. So don't be hard on yourself. Najini said, so I should be a prime, but I don't offer any services. So what is your company? What is your company? Like, what company do you think I'm out there swinging a hammer? Do you think I'm out there landscaping? Do you think I'm out there doing drywall or painting or picking up litter? Look at my nails. Y'all seen them. I'm not out there doing that, but I have a facility management company that I will be selling in a couple of years. So I'm not going around telling people I don't offer a service. Why would you say that? Whatever service you're going to be selling to the government, it doesn't matter who's doing the work. When people, like, you think that, let me give you an example of somebody who doesn't like do the work anymore. I'm trying to think. Like, there's people that have companies that they started off like not Steve Jobs, but Bezos, right? Selling books on Amazon. You think he's out there delivery driving, but he's not going to say, I don't offer a service because I'm not driving the vehicles to deliver the packages. He's saying he owns Amazon. What is your company? Y'all got to change you got to change your mindset. I did a video on mindset. You got to change your mindset, and you got to change your language. Okay. If you have a company and you offering these services, you're offering the services. Now, if you're offering multiple types of services that are not related, like you selling uniforms, you selling ketchup, and you selling computers, and you offer janitorial, and you offer pest control, then I don't know what you're going to call yourself. You're just going to say industries, okay? You're going to say industries. But change your language, because if you have a company and you're trying to offer a service, that's what your company offers. That's what your company is, okay? It's very important that we do this, because when you go and start like going to events and introducing your company to people, and you're saying stuff like, I don't offer anything, who's going to partner with you? If you came to me and said, I don't offer any services, you think I'm gonna do business with you? I'm like, I don't think they know what they're talking about. And it's really important. Like, I'm not trying to beat you down on this. I'm really not. I promise you, I'm not trying to be malicious or rude, but it's really, really important that we know what we're doing out here as a business owner. Forget government contracting, as a business owner, because even no matter what you did, I'm sorry, my dog is like, no matter what you did in the past, even whether it was a job or another business, like you said, this is who I am, this is what I do. So it's the same thing here. Government contracting is, the government is your client, but your business is your business. I say this all the time, all the time. Okay. Yeah, y'all got to get started. Okay. So Kyron was an artillery whore. Okay. So naturally, you clarify, meaning a lot of info is provided around contracts like facility janitorial, as opposed to soft services like change management and or training. Do you have any suggestions? I did a video with Alvarez. She does training, education. I've interviewed a lot of people that do different stuff. Keel, he does marketing. Brent Archie Supply. I'm sorry, y'all. When I talk, like, I don't know if it's a vibration from my deep voice, but my nose itches. So forgive me for scratching my nose. But like Brent Archie does supplies. It's only because y'all listening to me. That's why you keep hearing janitorial and facility. All right. That's why. But like, I did interviews with a lot of different people. Like my friend Bridget, she does marketing, so there's a lot of industries that I talk about, but you just training. But it definitely, if you want, make sure y'all hit like on the way in too. Please make sure you hit like. Don't forget the super chat. Okay, birthday's tomorrow. But if you want to understand a few other industries, I bring in the experts like Oliver. He does consulting, right? He's an actual government contracting consultant where he teaches he teaches contracting officers how to be contracting officers. So he does consulting. Who's another person I had on there? Do y'all remember? Several services I talk about on my channel, different things. So maybe you're hearing a lot of that because you're listening to me and what I do, but I interview different industries on my channel. There was somebody else. Oh, gracious, Charles, he does IT, so I bring in people that, do that. So proposal development, pricing. So proposal development, that's not necessarily like a government contract. Like that's a part of providing training services or something. So again, same thing. Pricing is definitely stressful. Where can I find? So Katrina said, where can I find help with pricing? I've let several contracts go due to pricing. What do you do? So again, if you're offering a service, then you should know your pricing. If you don't know the pricing, then you trust the person who's providing the pricing to you. Pricing killed me for the first 2 years because I ain't know no better. Okay. So you have to make sure that you are in something that you can find pricing easily yourself. And that is really important. So let me know, Katrina, let me know which contracts you let go. What were they for? Because if you let them go, that means that you were trying to get the pricing before the bid closed. Get the pricing today. Get it tonight. Get it tomorrow before you even look at another bid. Just say, you know what? I needed pricing for, and again, going back into janitorial, I needed pricing for a day porter, which is someone who works 9 to 5 cleaning a building. I need pricing for that. Let me research that, whether it's research it with a person online, Indeed, whatever. I need to have, and then create a spreadsheet with all of these things so you don't have to always rely on another person. If you guys sat down and really evaluated each solicitation, you really would, you would figure out that you'll understand it. Pricing, yeah, it's going to be a whole other thing, but it becomes redundant when you're going after the same types of contracts. Okay, if you're going after pricing for janitorial every time, for uniforms every time, for pens every time, then it should be easy to get the pricing, because you're not trying to grab a solicitation of anything in the world, and you're trying to get the price from a subcontractor. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Oh, she says she's in construction. Do you do construction? Like, you personally, like, do you have a GC license? Because then again, it should be easy again. So if you are in construction, is someone working for you? Have you been doing construction? That pricing should be, construction is one of the easiest things to find, because you're going to find a lot of data on it. And then also looking at the previous proposal. Now, construction, if it's new build, then obviously there's not going to be a previous price, but you're going to have to look at something that's the same size and scope. Look in another location, like another state, or even federal has awarded proposals right there, right on sam.gov. Like, you can literally look up an award, and you'll just have to look at the solicitation to see, excuse me, y'all. You have to look at the solicitation to see what they were asking for. You're like, okay, this construction project for a 1 million square foot building, it was for $10 million. It's going to show on sam.gov $10 million. And you're like, okay, well, what was it for? Okay, it was for 5 floors of a 1 million square foot building, and they needed, all these specifics. So then the range of what price you need to kind of have for a similar size and scope project. So if it's not an exact previous award, then you'll have to do some research. It takes time, and that's if you're doing it yourself. But you should do it yourself. It's your business, right? So if it's not someone that you completely trust, like my contractors, I completely trust. I know their pricing is on point. They give me their price. I put my percentage on top, and then we submit our quotes. So I always know, because I work with them for years and years, they're going to give me, a median price. So it's not going to be too high. It's not going to be so low to where we all lose money. So, you have to have those options. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so Lee said, any advice for janitorial business folks on this last quarter? Also considering adding debris removal since it's your fave. It is my fave. If you got a debris removal contract anywhere in the country, let a sister know, because I want to do it. I want to add it to my portfolio. I love litter pickup. I did kind of talk about the last quarter in depth, so you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay, Lee. I'm sorry, because I talked about it extensively. Okay. Okay, Rajani. Okay. Hey, girl. Hey. So, gotta tell you about Rajani, and I hope she's not gonna be like bashful. But Rajani reached out to me. A lot of people reach out to me, right? And they don't always get through to me, because there's some wicked things that are said to me, and people will usually not lead with value. But Rajani led with value, and because of that, she worked on a contract with me, and her team did exceptional. Like, we are forever locked in. Because she took this seriously, and we made some money together. She made some money because she reached out to me, leading with value, extraordinarily professional. I'm talking professional. And she was on her ish. She was not playing. She was responsive, accountable. If there was something that was a little off, whether it was on my side or her side or whatever, she was on it. So she took this business seriously, starting out not really knowing which industry, right? But she took it seriously as a business. And I've just got to give you your praise, girl, because it's one of the few people that led with value. Like, look, I want to help you, Sheena. How can we work together, and not leading with, hey, I got a proposal due in 2 days. Can you help me? I promise to give you some money if I win. How do I get my return on investment? If you look, I got to take a moment to talk about that. Don't go in nobody's inbox talking about if you win. So you want me to write a proposal for you? You want me to stop my day? Now, mind you, I told y'all I got a whole other business. I got Sheenapreneur, YouTube, the course, and I got a whole facility management company over here, right? Got kids, dogs, all that. You want me to stop what I'm doing? Look at your solicitation, evaluate it for you, right? Put it together for you. And then if you win, which no one on earth can guarantee, no one can guarantee a contract, not even a contracting officer, right? And then if you win, you're gonna give me some money. So what happens if you don't win? How am I gonna what do I get back? What do I get back? How am I monetizing this? And this is real. And this is not just for me. Because some people won't even respond to you at all. I usually respond to most people. But how? How do I get how do I get anything out of that? I got my own proposals that I write. For my I don't write them anymore. My team. So that's another thing. I don't even write my own anymore. My team does it. So the only ones that get proposal writing from me are my students. We'll put together a proposal and they'll be my sub or the prime on a contract with me. That's one of the services I offer with my course and with my mentorship. That's it. Because they've already paid. They've already paid to play. They're taking it seriously, But to reach out to anybody, this is respectfully, but to reach out to anybody and say, I'll give you some money if I win, like that's not a value to me. I'm winning my own. I'm winning my own contract. Why do I need you? Respectfully, why do I need you? Because you're just starting out. Like if you want help, I'm giving a lot of free resources. And there's free resources out there. And I tell people to go free first. Go to the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. Go to the PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance Center. Go to the SBA, Small Business Administration. They have all government contracting stuff for free. YouTube University, free. So it's like you got to have the money or the time. The money or the time, the money or the time. So some people are like, look, I ain't got time. I want to start making money by Christmas, Sheena. Okay, if I can, I'm gonna put in the work. Like Rajani, she's like, I'm trying to get to the money. I'm like, eat, sleep, and breathe this. This is real life. Eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. I want to make money, so I'm going to do the work. She got kids. She got stuff just like all of us, right? She said, I want to make money, so I'm gonna do the work. And like, I respect the hell out. She didn't take my course. Rajani didn't take my course. She just understood this is what I need to do. I'm offering value, and then I'm going to do an exceptional job because I'm working with Sheena, and I don't want my name to look bad, and I don't want her to look bad. But she understood the assignment, right? So y'all got to do the same thing. If you're going to be reaching out to people who are doing this in real life, I'm doing this in real life. If you're going to reach out to people, then you need to leave with a lot more value than what other people are doing, because nobody on here is doing that, right? So the others, tell the others not to do that to anybody, not just me, because there's several people that I have worked with, that I have interviewed, that are turning into, their own enterprise online, because they're so valuable that people are reaching out to them. They're like, I got to start creating a system like you, Sheena. I love that. I want that because they're valuable and they have the information. Okay. But hey, Rajani, let me see if she's still on. Because I'm telling you, like, that girl impressed the hell out of me. Okay. So is it now? Ooh, Nai Lao. Hi, Sheena. I loved your interview with Hazma. That was great. Yes. So that was my last interview. Hazma does products. He does services too. He's more like, he's local. He does local stuff. He does federal stuff too. He does a lot of, the thing I like about what Hazma is teaching, like, because, I say to do, a specific genre, but the thing about Hazma is he read the FAR. According to him, he read the whole FAR because he didn't know he wasn't supposed to, right? The FAR, the FAR, that's the Federal Acquisition Regulation. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's how much I don't read it. But that's me. Like, that's a Sheena thing. I ain't never tried. I don't like to read stuff I don't want to read, even though it's, I'm a reader, but I don't want to read the FAR. It's like hundreds and hundreds of pages. But he read the FAR, and he understands the acquisition process. So people who understand the acquisition process, meaning I can sell anything, I can sell any services or products to the government because I understand the process. I'm not just like, I'm gonna just see what happens. He's figuring out the business aspect of it. This makes sense to me. Even if I sell washing machines, if I sell computers, if I sell uniforms, if I sell electronics, I'm understanding the whole process. So that's the only what's the only pass I'll give is that, because it's important to know what you're doing in this, because it can really ruin it for everyone else when you don't know what you're doing. I'm hearing people are just like winning stuff and then like ignoring it. Like, I won, oh snap, I wasn't, that was so surprising that I'm just gonna ignore it. What? This is not fake. This is real life. This is real life. There's people out here that's really working hard. So when you do stuff like that, you're ruining it for the rest of us who are really working hard, right? And then when you're, oh, I just made everything up, I don't really have a company, you're ruining it for everyone else. You know, no one on here is doing that. But just understand, when you take this, when you make this commitment, you're making this commitment, you are affecting everyone else that's coming behind you. Okay? Pecan. So thank you. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I could click on that and it would pop up, but it ain't. Pecan. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm about. Come here. Come here. Pecan. Come here. Lord. Thank you, Dr. Kroom Army. Hold on, y'all. My bad. I feel like a mama who's on the telephone, like, be quiet. Okay. So Dr. Kroom Army vet, happy birthday, my fellow veteran sister. Thank you for all the amazing content. Love, love, love you. Thank you. I love you back. I appreciate you're in Kalamazoo. You always hear that in the cartoons, but you never fully know like where that's at. So is that in Michigan? Is that what you're saying? Pecan, you're not being, you're bad representation right now. Please relax. Please relax. Thank you, Dr. Kroom. I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate it. Keep the questions coming, y'all. I'm trying to summons for my daughter to come here. So let me hold on, y'all. This is like real life right now. This is real life. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. This is what real life be happening. This is what real life be happening. Okay. Couldn't even concentrate. I don't even know if y'all could hear me with all that growling she was doing. But thank you, Dr. Kroom, Army vet. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate the super chat so much. I appreciate y'all. So let me go back up real quick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go back, go back. Oh, I went way far. Okay. So Recreated Design says, can you touch on sources sought solicitations? What does it mean? And how do I go about submitting? Very excellent question, Recreated Designs. So sources sought. Now, when you say sources sought, it sounds like a tongue twister. It sounds weird. But what the agency is saying is there are sources sought, sources being sought. We are seeking sources for an opportunity, right? So the agency might put out a sources sought for, janitorial. No, let me not use janitorial all the time. IT help desk services. So that means that the agency, let's just say Department of the Army, Department of the Navy, USDA, Department of Interior, is looking for IT help desk services, right? Then they're going to put out limited information, and they're going to put out where the location needs to be. It could just be anywhere, or it could be somewhere very specific. And so they're casting out a net to see who's out there. out there in the free world that provides IT help desk services. So that means that so what ends up happening is several things that happen. They're trying to see if anyone's out there. Anyone, hello, anyone out there that can provide IT help desk services. Also, they're trying to see if they need to set it aside for a designation like service disabled, veteran owned, woman owned, 8A, hub zone certified companies. So there's also with the sources sought is what's called like a rule of two. Let's say, so before I even get into that, if there are multiple companies that go after this opportunity and 80% of them are woman owned, then they could very well put out either a pre-solicitation or a solicitation as a woman-owned set-aside business. I'm sorry, woman-owned set-aside solicitation contract. Okay, so if that makes sense, go ahead and drop a key or some kind of emoji, fire emoji, if that made sense about sources sought. Now, let's just say two of us go after this opportunity. Now, this is a strategy that a lot of people use. I'm service disabled, veteran owned. Best friend is service disabled, veteran owned. We're in the same industry, and we see a sources sought for, we both in IT, sources sought for IT help desk services in whatever state, and only two of us do it, right? Then with the rule of two, they could sole source it to one of us. If only, really supposed to be only two. They'll set it aside, but they can also sole source. So sole sourcing is SDVOSB and 8A. Those are the two set asides that can be sole sourced. Okay. I don't know for sure about woman owned. I don't think woman owned could be sole sourced. Last time I checked, they couldn't. But nonetheless, sources sought. Okay. Drop them emojis if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, put a question mark. Okay. Put a question mark if it doesn't make sense, because it only makes sense for it to make sense to y'all. I already understand this process pretty much, but it could be a little challenging to understand especially if you're brand new in government contracting. But the agency is casting out a net to see who's out there that can provide the service that they're looking for in the location that they're looking for, and if they need to set it aside for a special designation, essentially. Talked about the rule of two. So as far as submitting, the agency will tell you how to submit. They could easily say, we want you to submit your capability statement, and that's it. So speaking of that, make sure you always have a capability statement ready to go, right? Updated and ready to go. But also, they might say we need almost like a mini write-up with your past performance. And then they could sole source it or put it out, or it's a little tricky because you got to be careful. This is like this is like a real key right here. If they're asking for like a mini proposal for sources sought, it's possible that they'll take your information to create the proposal, create the solicitation. That could be good or bad, because they're taking your information. You did all this work to submit it, and they just put it out for open bid. And now you got to compete against everyone after you just basically gave them the formula. Okay. So it's a little tricky. Just use your own discretion. A lot of people don't go after sources sought, but I've had agencies say, yes, please, because how do we know you're out there? And if you go after multiple sources sought opportunities, they'll continuously see your name. So they could just very well reach out to you for just a simple quote under the simple acquisition, where they don't need to really put it out on SAM or put it out. Well, really, this is in relation to SAM really only. But they may not put it out. They might just ask you for a quote. So, with that, you're kind of like letting them know, hey, I'm here. And this is a good way to let them know that you're here, or they could sole source it to you, especially if you're 8A. If you're 8A, you're probably a little further in the game, but just saying that, that's kind of how that works. So Katrina said janitorial products, several different products. I forgot your question. Let me go back up to your original question. Okay, so janitorial products, several different products. So you're saying I'm guessing I probably lost my whole train of thought, but I'm guessing you're saying that's the kind of stuff you're selling in construction. So Flashback said, I know federal, it's been hard to find federal and local. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, so thank you for sharing that. Now, when you say it's hard to find federal, you know what? I had a student in Missouri and she didn't have luck finding a lot. Now there was some, and it's all about timing too. She couldn't find a whole lot of opportunities. Now, what industry are you in? Flashbacks? Because I have heard might be a little tricky, but then you might be able to go to, because like St. Louis is close to Kansas, right? So you might have more luck finding opportunities in Kansas because it's not going to be too far. What, like an hour or whatever, hour and a half? That's not far for $1 million contract. You know what I'm saying? Katrina, I work full-time job and it's challenging to contact suppliers. I was working full-time too, and it is challenging. So I would say, again, to build the relationship with the suppliers first before any opportunity comes up. And so now you have that relationship because they may say, what is government contracting? You know, it might be a larger company, but not a huge company, right? It may not be a huge company, and they want to do business with you because they have no idea what government contracting is. So you're bringing them the keys, you know, and they're not going to do the paperwork sometimes. So, you know, contacting them before you need it is the way that you got to do it. Make sure y'all hit like on this video. Make sure you hit like. So Naturally E said, just saw a debris removal on OpenGov here in Florida. Where, girl? Now, hope Naturally E, I hope you're a girl, but where at? Let's, you know what I'm saying? When is it due? I need to know. Okay, is it Acri Real Estate and Investment? Have you had any luck getting on contracts with DeKalb and DeKalb County LSB? Yes, I have. It took me 11 years to get that DeKalb LSBE. I don't know what they got going on. It's the fact that you asked that, I already know why you asking. So we've had contracts with DeKalb and DeKalb County schools. We've had them mostly as subs, but we did have a couple of primes with DeKalb, just DeKalb by itself, not the schools. But we had DeKalb County and DeKalb County schools as a sub, and we've had DeKalb as a prime too. So, you know, if you know about DeKalb, it can be a little challenging, but the LSB is worth it because DeKalb is one of the only counties in Georgia that requires companies to use LSBE certified companies, local small business enterprise companies. They require them to use a LSBE for every contract. Point blank, period. You must use a local small business every single time. Every time. Okay? So it's worth it if you can get through it. It's worth it. Katrina dropped that key. Yes. Again, thank you so much. Nisha Wilburn, when contracting subcontractors, is it okay to give them the details of you submitting this as a government contract? I've had subs that came in high on their bids based on who the solicitation is for. It's actually a really good question, and it's very tricky. It kind of goes back to what I said about having that relationship first, but my contractor played me like that. Like, he said, oh, we doing government contracting? Let me just 100% higher. Like, there was one contract. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. We were bidding on replacing bathroom stalls. I don't even know what, I guess they're called stalls. I can't remember. It was so long ago. But it was for a school, and they needed the girls' bathroom stalls replaced. So it was like 4 stalls. And if you guys are familiar with what a bid tabulation is, that's when everybody bids their amount or what they're gonna charge the government, and then they send everyone's pricing out to everyone so everyone can see everyone's pricing on what we bid on. And for us, you know, I just use my contractor's pricing. I didn't know what the labor was. I didn't know what the material cost was. I just used the price he gave me and maybe added a couple of thousand on top for me. But everyone bid around like 40,000, 50,000, maybe 60,000. We bid $500,000. I was so mad. Oh my God. I was so mad. Because it made me look like I don't know what I'm doing. $500,000 compared to everyone else bidding around 50, 60. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So that was the moment that I realized that I had to understand my price. So they will do that. They will do that. And it's up to you to know. And then if you have a relationship with, even if you don't, even if it's a new relationship and you feel like this person is like, a good, you mesh well with the sub or whatever, supplier, then, you might say, hey, is this a high price? I need to know, because if that means when neither one of us are going to get the contract, I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting my time putting in this bid if you're always going to come in high. I need to know. So know your pricing, or at least a range, or ask them, is this a high price? Chef B said, Pecan wants you to. No, Pecan is off the chain. Like, she's screaming right now. She don't need to add to my content because she is off the heezy for sheezy. Dog, my dogs are barking because Pecan. My bad. That thing is just off the chain. Off the chain. Sassy Girl said, we appreciate you pointing to the community. Wishing you an amazing birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you for breaking that down. You are so welcome. Is it Everett Stevenson said, I was awarded my first contract locally. Yes. Drop Everett in the chat. Yes, we love to hear wins. Yes. I love that. I love that. And Naturally E already said, congratulations, Everett. Say congrats to Everett when you get a second, because that is big. Like, let us know what it's for. Let us know what the contract was for. I love that. Fabrine said, so I looked at the live you did with Hosma and followed his instructions, but now the sub I was looking at is asking for stuff that I don't have. Like what? Fabrine Joseph, like what? What are they asking for? What are they asking for? I need to know. Naturally Eat said, I just won my first federal contract too, which came from our ships. I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't know what it is right now. I worked at a big 4 firm and decided to venture out. Congratulations to Naturally E. Yes, we got winners on this call. Look, I need to get y'all both on the channel so we can talk about it. Need to get y'all both on the channel. Listen, it takes a lot to just like to do this, right? And the fact that you guys are putting in the work and you're bidding and you're winning, hopefully you're making a decent profit. Hopefully the contract goes exceptionally well, and that is low stress, high profits. Okay, low stress, high profits. Low stress, high profits. That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay, and Everett's giving the love back. Congratulations. Recreate Design says, boom. All right. So responding back to Katrina, have you emailed the suppliers you are trying to contact? I have found they do reply to the emails. Just sharing. Thank you for sharing that. Appreciate that. And Christian Emerson, happy birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Fabrina, an awarded contract letter. Oh, they said, where that award at? You know what? Let's talk about that. So Fabrine said that they reached out to a sub, and the sub asked them for something that they didn't have. And what they didn't have is an awarded letter. Now, I will say, when larger companies are reaching out to my company and they're asking me to bid on stuff, I don't usually do that unless they're awarded already. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm also the contractor who, I have my subs, so I don't reach out to anybody new. I don't have any people that I don't know working on my jobs, because it's not that I don't trust, but I don't trust you with something brand new. I don't, it has to be something that at least I know and I understand. At the very least, I don't trust anybody with something that's a brand new contract, because I don't know how you do business. But nonetheless, when it comes to that, I don't go after opportunities that people reach out to me about. Usually, if they reach out and say, can you provide pricing? Unless it's awarded, for what? I'll go out there myself. I don't need you. Respectfully, but I'm gonna go out there myself. I don't want to, I don't want to be the lowest bidder out of your 100 people that you emailed. So that's actually, it's interesting because they might feel the same way. Shoot, it might have been my company that let me stop. But like you have to bring, you just have to like work that relationship. You got to work that relationship because it could be something maybe later. Try to build a relationship with them without the solicitation and ask if they're interested in working on super chats, or like if they're interested in working on future projects with you, because that might be a different approach. You know what I'm saying? So just try it a different way. Oh, I went all the way. Okay, so thank you so much, Nisha. And she says, thank you for sharing your knowledge and happy birthday. Turn up. Thank you so much. It'll be my birthday in what, 2 more hours, technically. So thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all got this stuff coming in. I appreciate it. So let's go back to where I was. I'm only gonna stay on here for a few more minutes. I'm starting to get toasty. So where was I at? Oh, I was with Fabrine that said didn't have that award. So, you know what I'm saying? Like what? And so Everett said school district youth development curriculum program waiting on other districts. Noah's art, acting, and modeling development. Somebody just asked if anyone else talks about or does other than janitorial. He developed a curriculum program. That's fantastic. That's amazing. Don't be telling everybody what you know what I'm saying, like the exact contract. He wrote school districts, so I see, but that's amazing. And congratulations. And I don't know if this was an unsolicited proposal or not, but that's amazing. I love that. I love to hear it. So all the kudos and congratulations from everybody. We love that. We love to see it. Anyone who's like really putting in this work, love to see it. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yes. So Fabrine said, this is my first time, so I don't have anyone in the staff. You got to make friends. You got to kiss babies and shake hands. Okay. Like, and I can't remember what you said, if you even said what the opportunity was, but whatever that opportunity was, and you want to continue on with you providing that service to the government, local government, federal government, then start building that stash now of people who can help you with that service. Okay. That's how you do that. All right, y'all, I'm about to get off if there's no more questions. Yes, Naturally E is all about relationships. And thank you for bringing, yes, happy birthday to me tomorrow. So let's see. Department of Energy DEI training. Look, some more training. Look, there's training everywhere. It's training everywhere. Thank you so much, Katrina. For food service. Oh, so do you want to continue in food service? Because if you do, then if you want to continue in food service, you need to start building relationships with food service providers. I did a video a couple of years ago now about the young lady who won the FEMA contract where she had to provide ready-made meals for when Puerto Rico had the hurricane. And that was quite an interesting contract. She basically boloed, for those military people, boloed. She messed up the contract bad. It was like a $300 million contract. So yeah, you don't want to be that person. You want to make sure that you have something solid in place, especially when it comes to like life, limb, or eyesight or food. So be a little careful with that and just make sure that you're doing the right thing. Okay. So thank you, Muhammad Hovey. Appreciate it. Ms. Brown, where do I start? Okay, so we already talked about start with what? Like what? What? Start, maybe you got to start from the beginning of this video, but that's not, you have to ask more than where do I start? Because, well, I'll just say there's free services. So you can, the SBA, Small Business Administration, talks about government contracting. Your local PTAC helps with government contracting. YouTube government contracting, then you can learn a little bit more about it. But that's, I've talked about that ad nauseum in this video and many others. So is it Sadat? Happy birthday, Queen of GovCon. That's me. We appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. Don't forget the super chat, but make sure y'all hit like. It is free to hit the like button, so it helps the algorithm a lot. So please hit that like button and then share this video with anyone who you think might find it valuable, because I'm about to get off here in a minute with y'all. Happy birthday. You are amazing. You're appreciated. Thank you, Just Me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, our ships. Where you? Are you military? Our ships. I would have never got that. Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. Brown. Because she said the message got cut off. Maybe I'm too wordy, but my message said, happy birthday, beautiful. New to your channel and new to government contractor. I'm in the transportation logistics sector and have MBE, VB. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. You're getting your certifications. Use them. And a lot of times, if you have your MBE, that must be, I'm assuming that's the one is that the one you paid for corporate certifications, or is it for local? Regardless, utilize them, because a lot, wherever you got the certification from, that agency usually tells you how to use it. They'll say how the best way to utilize your certification, the best way to do business with this agency, that agency. Okay, so nonetheless, thank you for clearing that up, because I was unclear, Ms. Brown. MC, happy birthday. Thank you. And thank you, Everett. So if that's it, y'all, share this video. It's not too late to do the super chat after the video. Okay, anyone watching the replay, and hit like and share this video. Still continue to comment. I still answer questions after the video, after the live. So been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Hour and 20 minutes. So what is this? Oh, no, I skipped one. My bad. Let me go back. So Vereen said, people acting like they don't care about the certs, and it really gets me upset. Who acts like they don't care? That's actually a really good point to talk about. Like, agencies don't care, because it depends. It depends. Leading on with, because I put so much work in to get mines, and I know everyone else did as well. They do. Some do. That's why I tell people, when it comes to the certifications, to do it simultaneously with bidding. So don't focus on only the certification, because some people are like, I've been working on my woman-owned certification for 2 years, and they didn't, like, I can't wait to start bidding on contracts. That's not how it works. You're supposed to do them at the same time, because the certification might get you a contract, but then not having the the certification may not do anything for you, at least for a while or whatever. So some do. It just really depends on where you are. It depends on which certifications, timing. So it may be nothing to do with you. So yeah, you put a lot of time into this, but that's nothing compared to executing a contract. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Certifications are a pain. They could be a pain, but contracts also, executing this business is a pain too. Like, that's a drop in a bucket for some of the work that you guys are gonna have to do. So don't look at it, necessarily as like, I did all this work. It might come in handy 2 years from now. So just keep hope alive. Keep hope alive, okay? Keep hope alive. Thank you, Ms. Brown, for the super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate it. I so appreciate y'all. I'm serious. Like, I really do. And I already missed some questions. Like, how did that happen? Because I was on my way out the door. Okay. So String said, I think that birthdays can be interpreted as a celebration or a letdown, like a single drop of rain that feels uncomfortable, but embrace it all and have fun. Thank you. I always look at another day on this earth is a blessing. Okay. Enjoy your birthday. Until next time. Thank you. Peace, love. Boop. Thank you, Chef B. Yes. Thank you. Let's see. I have my GC license and MWBE certifications for my city and state, and still can't get contracts. I thought you said you just won a contract. Did I miss that? But it'll come, it'll come. You just have to position yourself in the right place at the right, right place, right time, right situation. So don't give up hope. You just never stop bidding, Never stop building relationships. You never know. And now that you've said on this platform that you're a GC, let us know where you are. And somebody might reach out to you and say, hey, I want to do work with you. Just keep the positivity. Christian said, when is the best time to apply for certifications? Safe, for instance. I guess maybe safe, for instance, if you're a brand new business that's been up for about 3 to 6 months, is that a good time? Anytime, as long as that certification doesn't have a restriction. Anytime. Now, some might say you have to have 2 years of tax returns in order to qualify. Then you have to wait 2 years. But certifications immediately. I mean, especially before you start getting awarded work, because once that work kick in, you're not gonna have time. Especially if you're solo. So that said, a quick question before you go and enjoy. Can you please enlighten me about mentor protege program, and do you offer mentoring? So those are, I don't know if you were saying those are two of the same thing, but those are two separate things. So me as a mentor, yes, I offer mentorship with my course, and you have forever access to the course, unlimited access to me, access to my past performance. You get bid assistance, you get proposal writing assistance. Like if you want to do work with me, my team can, if you're going to be a sub or a prime with me, then my team does the proposals for you because you paid to play. So that is something that I offer with my course, and it's Sheenapreneur.com. And then for the mentor protege program, there are several. The main one is through the SBA, Small Business Administration. And what you would do is you would go, look up the SBA's mentor protege program, and they have you complete like a little quiz, and you fill out some stuff, and then you have to find your own mentor. That's the only thing, is it needs to be a company, hopefully, that is larger than you, that maybe has outgrown their NAICS, so they need to use your company to get a contract because they outgrew their NAICS, or they just want to help, right? And so it's actually a pretty long answer. I don't want to give a long answer, but you have to find your own mentor. That's basically the long and short of it is, but it's going to be in the container, if you will, of the SBA. The SBA is going to monitor it to, hopefully keep anything bad happening to your small business, brand new business. And sometimes, like, a lot of people that are going after these contracts and they're like, oh, I'm just going to find a sub to do it. There's restrictions for subcontracting, and with that, even if it gets past the restrictions, the agency that you're submitting the proposal to, they may say that you're overly reliant on your subcontractor. So they might still not award you the contract. Like, that's what nobody's talking about. But the mentor protege program protects you from that, to where you're the prime as a new or small business, and then the mentor, the larger company, is going to be the sub, and they're like basically feeding you all their resources, financing you, doing all that kind of stuff. And that's how you're able to sometimes, get ahead of your first contract, by finding a mentor, having them do the proposal for you. I've done like unofficial mentor protege programs, and they do the proposals, and then you could use their proposals for future proposals. That's actually like a really good strategy to do, so I don't necessarily participate one way or other with the mentor protege program. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, I just haven't. So yeah. No, I didn't, when I was trying to get pricing. Oh, my bad. Okay. Following Hamza's advice. Got it. NSB. Oh, Lord, these names I'll be messing up. Thank you for this great advice. Also applied to the big ass fan contract. That's what I'm talking about. For those who don't know the joke, I had posted about, I didn't know, I was like today years old when I found out that there was a company called Big Ass Fans. I didn't know. I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. And it just tickled me, because everyone knew about it. It seemed like everybody knew about this company. They're like, yeah, I worked in a warehouse and they do have big fans, so that's that joke. So thank you for the follow. That's so funny. That's what I'm talking about. And you know exactly who to buy it from. They're telling you who they need the fans from specifically. So hopefully you win. I'll get you on the channel. You know what I'm saying? So Fabrine is in New York. Okay. And I'm going to be quiet now because I want you to go enjoy my birthday's tomorrow. So it's not too late for the super chats. You know what I'm saying? My birthday's tomorrow. And Unetta, more awesome information. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate. I'm just gonna highlight again all the people who supported your girl while I was out here working, sweating. Let me stop. So thank you so much, Derek. Oh, thank you so much, Derek. I really, really appreciate it. My baby girl Naya, thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate so much the love. Thank you, Stevie Wonder, and thank you. There's a few more. Dr. Kroom Army Vet. Thank you so much. Nisha Wilburn, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Ms. Brown, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for the love. Please make sure you like this video. There's still a lot of people on. Like, I don't know if y'all want me to keep going or what. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means y'all want me to keep going, but everyone that's still on, please make sure you hit the like button. Please make sure you share this video if you found it valuable. My brain said, don't come on here tomorrow. I'm disconnected tomorrow. You will not get me online tomorrow. Believe that. I am taking my day away from the world. I'm getting my peace. So thank you for that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. Where is the super chat? So I'm not sure if you're on your phone, but there's like a little dollar sign. Somebody tell her where it's at. But like, you just hit the little dollar sign, and I don't have Cash App. I got hacked, so it is what it is. I just appreciate y'all for sticking with me, and just if you could share this video, hit the like button. And if there's nothing else, y'all, I'm about to be disconnected for at least another how many more hours? 24 hours and 25 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, so that's about to be it. Because if I see you tomorrow, I'm gonna come and you right. That's correct. You won't see me, so don't worry. Don't worry. I will not be on. Okay. So until next time, y'all. Again, I appreciate it. It is your favorite veteran. Take care, everyone. Good night.